this is the photograph that I'm going by. What I'm actually doing on this one is preparing for a demo for one of the watercolor societies here where I live. And so I'm actually doing it in 5 stages. I went to the printers and I had them print my drawing onto my watercolor paper, and I had them do it numerous times so that I don't have to draw each one of these because I don't have time. Once it's all drawn, then I can do my first masking, which would be my lightest, very lightest areas in here, all along in here. And I've done that. And then I wanted to get some color up here in this area without getting any color down here in this area. So when I did that, I only did the first top half of it. And this is what it looks like. I just wet the paper then down to the bottom of the umbrellas. And that way, if I hold it right, it won't run down this way. So now what I want to do is I want to get a very light color of this same color, which is the permanent, or the Hansa Yellow Light, which is lemon, and the permanent rose, and that's all Da Vinci. So that's what I'm going to do down here, is just wet this area now, so you can see that. And I originally was going to use these small containers, which are wonderful for one painting. But when you've got to do this in 5 stages, 5 sizes like this, I had to go to much larger size. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, so I'll just start wetting my paper now. And I can actually put this over the whole thing because I don't care if it gets up in here. And I'm not using a hard touch when I put this water on. So I don't want to disturb the fibers too much, and I don't want to disturb this paint up here too much. So at each one of the paintings I've done, they're all at this same stage. I'm not going to show you all of those. I will only record what I do on this one. So I'm ready to put some paint on there. I'm just going to swish this around, just make sure I've got it all put together good. No big chunks in there or anything. And I can look on the bottom of this and see whether there's, I can't turn it upside down to show you, sorry, but trust me. Also, see the shine on my paper? That's so that I can see, fortunately, if I've missed any places. It doesn't look like I have, other than up here in this area, and I really don't want to put a lot of color up there in that area. So I'm just going to focus on down here, but if it goes up there a little bit, that's fine. And I'm just using a pipette to put this on. And what I want to do is get some skin color down in here into the people. And I'm just going to tilt it back and forth, let it run around, because all these colors are the same colors that I'm going to use on this entire painting, remember. Help it along here a little bit. And I'll do a little bit of red. Swish that around a little bit as well. And I'll just let those run around the paper. Now it looks a lot darker on the monitor that I'm looking at, but I really don't think it's all that dark. And this way I can control it a little better by just doing some of these areas and not doing the whole thing. Except that that is not going to be good because I need that to be soft, no hard edges up there. Because I didn't wet this down here either. And I'm pouring into a sink. So my sink is just in my art studio here. And now I'm just going to let it all run off. When you put masking on, it kind of ends up giving you a little bit of a dam with some of these colors. I just spread it around a little bit so that it doesn't leave a lot of paint in one area. And then I do the edges so that I don't get a buildup of too wet down here and then this is drying and then I end up getting a bloom. I definitely don't want a bloom in this. Some paintings, blooms are okay, not in this one. And then I want to keep this fairly light down here because that's the sidewalk. So I'm just going to spray a little bit. And that'll take some of that off. Just a fine mist of, fine mist of clear water that I put down there. And then that will dry even lighter down there. What I plan on doing next is I'm going to go through off camera and do the rest of my boards that I've got ready. I've got 5. Then I'll let this all dry and then I'll come in and I'll mask out all the faces so I've got their skin color in there. And then I will mask out my next value throughout the whole painting because then it'll all be dry. And but I will do that on camera when I get through with my other stuff. So I'll catch you back here in a few.